Okay, it's shade tree jet ski time. Got a guy brought in a jet ski. Loud screeching sound and then no more turning over. I want to be able to get to look at the drive system of this unit. And of course I've got to separate the engine from the jet pump. So I'll start in the jet pump area, but I'm going to go ahead and take this off. These are 10 millimeter, 410 millimeters gives you access to everything underneath there, and then we'll work on the jet pump. Is what I suspect. What I suspect from just kind of looking at some forum posts is that more than likely the bearings have seized up in the jet pump. Okay, so here we are going to look at the jet pump. You've got a 10 millimeter bolt here. Holds your reverse gate, and then you've got a 10 millimeter right there for your steering. Both of those have got to come off, and then you can see the studs sticking out right there. Those are 17 millimeter, and I'll pull the whole jet pump assembly after I get those off, and that's what I'm going to do next. So starting with the linkages, I'll do this one, then the 4 bolts, and of course it'll have to be sealed to put it back on, but I think we're going to find a bad bearing when we take this apart. All right, so this was very easy to get the jet pump out of this Seadoo. It's got a plastic housing. The Yamahas are sealed in there pretty good. This had some sealing around it on the edge, you know, I guess to keep cavitation out. So I will reseal it going back in, but we are completely locked up in the jet pump. So we're looking at the jet pump rebuild, all new bearings. The wear ring looks all right, and the impeller from this angle looks good. From what I understand, this does take a special tool to remove it. So there you go. Very easy to get out. It's the 4 17s, the 2 linkages, and I pulled it out by hand. I didn't have to use any force. It just boom, pulled right out, and it wasn't like dog snot tightened in there either. So that was nice. So I'll go put this on a bench, further tear it down. I'm going to go ahead and separate, you know, this part with the 4 bolts from this part, and get to working on it. So I figured I'd at least do this part in the light. This is 4 13s to separate the 2 halves of the jet pump so that we can get to the impeller and everything where the bearings are. But yeah, it's just 4 13s, and then these 2 pieces will come apart. Just something to note when you're doing this, these 4 13s that come out of here, they've got a washer and then a spacer. Okay, washer, spacer. So a lock washer and then a spacer washer. The pump ones had doubles as well. See that? They had a washer, a flat washer, and then a lock washer, flat washer, lock washer, flat washer, lock washer. And let's see, 4 nuts. And I'm missing 1 lock washer, so maybe it's on the ground or something. But just of note, if you're working on this. Here's the view with the pump removed. Slips off of your shaft, and then here's your jet pump itself. Let's see a little wear on that leading edge of the impeller, and it looks like somebody's been in it before. See that messy sealant job? Oil should leak out of this when I pull that plug. We'll see what happens. Quick tech tip, way to keep up with your washers and nuts. Throw a zip tie through them. It's a cheap way to keep up with stuff. All right, I'm in the shade tree shop. Let's see. That looks like water. Definitely isn't lubricant. So this leaked all the fluid out, is full of water, and has killed the bearings. And that's a, what did I use here? Oh my goodness. If I can see it on here. What size is that? And my eyesight is just going as I get older, but this one's a 5, so that must be like a 4.5 millimeter or something. I can't see it, the lighting's too poor. Anyway, I'll go ahead and pull these 3, it looks like an 8 millimeter head on those. And it takes a special tool to stick in there. Just spin this out. Well, it started raining. We got the cone off. It's there's bits in here, pieces. I can feel the sharp pieces, metal or something there. So yeah, it's coming apart. Obviously, you have to remove the impeller, you've got to grab something on this end, hold it, and stick something on that other end to pop. I wanted to make note there is an O-ring on the cone. And if you'll look at this O-ring, yeah, whoop, it got pinched, and that's why everything leaked out. The O-ring got pinched. So I think the O-ring is part of a rebuild kit, but it's going to have a new one.